took kind of a break between our hike. We had lunch, we rested for a while, we're really tired. Anyways, now it's time for the relaxing part about our stay here on Mount Zao. So right now we're here on Mount Zao's onsen town, Zao Onsen. And so whether you ski all day, you snowboard all day, or you do snow hiking like us, I really recommend coming to Zao Onsen. It's right nearby the ski slopes, it's right nearby the hiking area. And you could bathe in the special bathwaters here. Anyways, I want to show you a little bit about the town, or I want to show you the main onsen street. Zao Onsen actually, it has very, very special water, because here in Japan there's 10 different types of onsen water. And Zao has very acidic and sulfuric acid waters. So what that does is the sulfur is believed to help promote healthy blood flow. Also smells a lot. It has a really strong smell here. And it's also extremely acidic. It has a pH of 1.4 to 1.8. That's more than a lemon, or it's more than lemon juice. So it's very acidic. That makes it very good for exfoliating your skin. So kind of purifying your skin, and the sulfur gives you good blood flow. So it's really good for rejuvenating yourself, cleansing your skin, and perfect for us. Anyways, I want to take a quick walk down the onsen street here. You can see that even though we had really heavy snow today, and we also have heavy snow around this village, here we don't have any snow. It's because of the onsen water here. Now, Zao Onsen, they really use their water very well. Like they pump it through the streets here. That melts the snow. Today we're staying at one of the onsen ryokan here. There's about a dozen here in this area. And today we're staying at Takasagoya. It's a traditional ryokan that's also called a cuisine hotel because I'm told, this is my first time staying, I'm told that they harvest all their ingredients every morning fresh. It's all from Zao or the Yamagata area, and it's cooked by a family that's been here for about 8 generations, so it should be really good. They also have onsen baths here. Anyways, let's go inside. Konnichiwa. Konbanwa. So now it's time for dinner here, and the room where we eat is actually different from the rooms we sleep. Here's the dining room. It's marked in English. So today we're the only customers here at the ryokan, and I'm also doing videography for the ryokan for their food, so I got all my lighting set up. Anyways, we'll be able to see the food in its full glory. Alright, so all our dishes have now been brought out, and this is the reason why I recommend staying at Japanese ryokan. It's because of the fabulous dinners you have here. See, we got Yamagata Wagyu, we got fresh vegetables, grapes that were harvested in the fall and they fermented it a bit. We also have hata hata, which is a fish that you can only catch in the winter, also here in Yamagata. So you have all fresh seasonal ingredients here. So the dishes here, the dinner here changes by the season. So if you come here in the summer, what you're going to see for dinner at the ryokan, just like here, is going to be totally different. Anyways, we got sukiyaki, we got wagyu, we're going to grill it up, we're going to fry it here, and we're in for quite a treat. Alright, so when you first sit down, you'll have a couple of dishes set for you. But as you're eating your meal, they'll bring out more and more dishes. And that's another reason why it's so important that you arrive at the ryokan on time, and that you especially arrive in the dining hall when they tell you that they're going to serve dinner. Because everything is made fresh to order, it's made fresh just for you, and you're going to want it just as they make it. So we have a beautiful dinner, and it's going to be great. Alright, so now it's time to start eating. We have this really beautiful feast, I can't wait. One thing is that you might notice that the Wagyu is raw right here, and that we have these weird looking kind of stoves right here. And what you do, and this is actually common in Japanese ryokan, is that it's kind of the appeal that you kind of cook it, yourself. So they'll have a lighter here. Usually they'll light it for you, but because of the video, I'm gonna light it myself. But you have these mini grills just like this, and you light the kind of blue fuel right here. You know, there's no wick, the whole thing is flammable. And then once we let this grill heat up, we're gonna grill our own Wagyu. And it's gonna be so, so delicious. Check this out. All right, so the grill's heated up, and now it's time to grill the Wagyu. So look at this, really nice chunks of Yamagata Wagyu. It's gonna be buttery smooth, and check this out. Oh man. Some of the mushrooms too. And another thing about Wagyu, especially Yamagata Wagyu, is that you don't want to cook it too much. It's okay to eat it a bit rare. You know, I would recommend, well, usually I like medium, but here in Japan when I have Wagyu, I like to eat it as medium rare. Because, you know, if you cook it too much, then that kind of oiliness and that savoriness, that softness kind of goes away. So we're gonna try to do it just at medium rare. right, so our Wagyu is just about done right now, so now it's time to give it a try. That way. So by the way, Yamagata is one of the top 3 Wagyu producing regions in Japan, my personal favorite. So let's give it a try. Just buttery smooth. It comes apart in your mouth, and has such rich flavor. It's like the oils that are released have such rich aroma. Oh, everything about this is just heaven. So if you love Wagyu, if you love beef, and you're here in Yamagata, Yamagata Wagyu is a must try. Wow. Pretty good. So the video light died. Anyways, we're here with Alex too. So you give it a try. Tell us what you think.
So I'm gonna be trying the Yamagata Wagyu. Let's see. Okay, it's a little hard to take.
How is it? He hates it.
My God. Oh. That it's like when you drink sake, and it's like you get really warm in here. It's the same feeling. It is. It's indescribable. Oh my God, that is so good.
And now we have beer with the owners.
Please, that's all.
Like we're eating dinner and they came out and started talking. They can speak some English too. And they're just like, hey, let's drink together. they're so much fun. Oh, they're drinking with us.
少しいいんじゃない？
あ、少しだけ。
1センチ。少しね。いい？
ありがとうございます。
このくらい。
はい、大丈夫です。はい、大丈夫です。
じゃあ今日はどうもありがとうございます。
Alright, so that'll be it for dinner. Time to go to our room. This place is kind of like a maze. There's so many rooms in this ryokan. What's funny is like the kids are running around here. It's really interesting. Anyways, our room's on the 2nd floor. So the rooms in the ryokan, they're very traditional style, traditional Japanese. So they're a little bit different from the type of lodging you might expect. Like the bathrooms in the bath or outside your room. And anyways, here's our room. Come check it out. It's really nice and cozy. All right, well here we are. Here's my room here. It's a little bit tiny. Here's our roll-out futon bed, just like this. And just sleep in this room is really nice. No, this is just the entryway. Our room's really nice, don't worry. Here we go. Here's our room. Here's our room. So here we got depending on the number of guests, you can have 1 or 2 beds here. They just roll it out. And you got tea here, you got a TV, you got a beautiful view of the Onsen street that we're walking on. We got like a little table area with a heater and a sink right here. So really cozy. And you know, in a winter day when you got snow outside the window, it's nice and cozy and warm in here. It's really just kind of a traditional Japanese style of a lodging. So anyways, food here is great, the rooms here are great, and now we're gonna go into the baths. All right, so we're gonna come up on some of the public baths right now. There's 4 of them here, but right now I'm gonna show you 2 of them. There's 2 on the main street here. By the way, you might notice that here on this main street, there's no snow, there's no ice. It's because Zao Onsen, they funnel the onsen water under the street and that they use it to heat up the street and melt the snow. So even when it's like -10, the roads are still clear. Anyways, here's the first of the public baths here. It's only 200 yen to enter, and they also have a hand bath right here. And there are no people here today, and I got special filming permission, so I can show you what's inside. By the way, here in Zao, they don't mark the men's and women's in English, but basically, usually if you see red like this, red in this character, this is for women, and the men's, it's usually blue or black, and you have this character right here. So just, if you can remember just 2 characters in Japanese, these are probably the most important. Anyways, let's go inside. Come on in. All right, so now let's head to the second onsen bath. And by the way, one interesting story I heard about Zao Onsen from some of the people who live here is that the sulfur, while it's really good for cleansing your skin, it's really bad for metal and really bad for electronics. So I was told that refrigerators and TVs, even when they're brand new, they only last about 3 or 4 years before they break because of the waters here. So it must be a very hard part about running a business or living up here. Anyways, we're coming up on the end of the onsen street right here, and up ahead we have one of the Takasagoya Ryokan. That's one of the biggest ryokan here in Zao Onsen. It's also the most expensive, maybe about $300 a night, but it's really, they have really beautiful rooms, really beautiful hallways. So if you're feeling like spending a little bit more, I'd recommend some of the ryokan over here. There is the second bath. I'm pretty surprised because there's like no snow here. And again, that's because this area is actually pretty hot. So I actually feel like taking off my second jacket. Even though this morning we were like freezing our butts off because it was like -6, -10. Here in this small street, because of all the hot water, all the onsen water, it's actually quite pleasant. Also very beautiful. Well, it feels warm, but maybe that's just because we're so cold in the morning. But anyways, you can see how cold it is here still because we got a bunch of icicles forming everywhere. And by the way, if you see big icicles in the buildings here, be careful because every year in Japan, people get killed by, you know, big icicles that drop in the rooftops. So these can be quite dangerous. Also, all this steam, you know, it's probably -4 degrees on the mountain right now, but because you have all the hot water flowing through the village here, it's actually quite warm here. So here's the end of the onsen street. From here, during the summer, fall, spring, you can climb up to the top of the mountain, and there's a temple up there you can make some offerings at. There's also a very beautiful view of the Zao Onsen village, but because of the snow, we can't go up. Anyways, also right here, you have a lot of onsen water that's flowing freely around this area, so you have a really strong sulfur smell. Anyways, if you come here to Zao Onsen, take a stroll around at night, because even if it's cold outside, on this street it's quite warm. All right, so after I went in the bath last night, I kind of fell straight asleep. Anyways, the beds are comfortable and the bath was so nice. So it was really nice. I had a really good night of rest. Anyways, now we're having breakfast here, and as with dinner, it's important that you come here at the set time. When we checked in, they asked what time we wanted to have breakfast, and we said 7:30. So be sure to come on time because they have all the food prepared for you just at that time. They come out and they bring miso soup for you, tea, and they also come greet you. So it's important you come when you, basically it's important you wake up on time. Anyways, for breakfast too, just like dinner, it's quite a feast. All local foods from Zao and Yamagata, all home cooked by the okami, or the manager of the home. And some of the dishes here, I'm going to show you a closer look right now. We have some dishes here that were harvested, the wild vegetables that were harvested last fall that she prepared for us. Also fresh vegetables from Yamagata City. Overall, just a really great feast, just like dinner. So let's try it. Anyways, I realized I forgot to take a picture of the whole dining room. Anyways, the room here is quite big. I assume if they have multiple guests that they'll just partition the tables inside this room. Anyways, then they come out and bring the food. Yeah, pretty nice. All right, so we kind of had to rush out. Well, we didn't have to rush out, but just because they brought 4 generations of their whole family out to the front entrance, I didn't want to spend too much time filming. But I just wanted to say that You know, I've been in the travel industry for 3 years here in Japan. I've been to hundreds of ryokan, hundreds of hotels, and it's honestly quite rare for me to feel like charmed in that way as I was at Takasagoya Ryokan. I just felt that the hospitality, the warmth I felt through that ryokan it's really one of a kind. It's really rare, even for someone who lives here in Japan and goes to so many places. Just like, it kind of felt like you're going home to visit your family and friends, and I later talked to them and they said, oh yeah, that's what we try to give across is we want our guests to feel like they're coming home to their relatives, you know, out in the countryside. Then we want them to feel at home and comfortable, and they really, really did such a wonderful job with that. Just with the hospitality, just with how friendly they were, all the smiles, like how in the hallways you had their kids were running around us and saying hello to us. It really felt like we're staying with a family. In Takasagoya Ryokan, there's only 8 rooms in the ryokan, so it's pretty small, and it really does feel like a home. And you know, just the home cooking, the locally sourced food was so good, and God, the baths there were wonderful. Everything about it was just charming. And I forgot to mention the price. It's only 100 to 150 US dollars depending on the season. So when you think about everything that ryokan offered, the 2 delicious meals and the wonderful home and baths and hospitality, that is such a killer deal. So if you are here in Yamagata, especially if you're in like inland Yamagata near Yamagata City, just take a quick bus ride up, only about 20-30 minutes from Yamagata Station. And you know, this ryokan's right, it's like a 5-minute walk from the station, so it's very easy to get to, and it's just such a hidden gem. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us here on Mount Zao. We're heading back now, and I really recommend this area. Anyways, we'll catch you next time.